Hello, everyone. So now we are going to discuss about how to write a synopsis. This is a template for synopsis, and we would be using that to just go through some of the main stuff. Okay. So as we discussed earlier, how to write the title, your title should have some of the components that are, it should explain what it is about, on what are the patient, what, who, and sometimes you also mention the time, and that is more used for cohort studies, okay, and not specifically for the cross-sectional ones. And also you explain about where it happens if you are very specific about that. Okay, so if you are conducting a cross-sectional study in Pakistan or in a particular college or stuff like that, you will have to mention it. Okay, but you can just go with that thing also. And then we have the colon and then the our cross-sectional study design. So it is what, who, when, where, how. Okay, how is the study design? Some students, what they do, some of my students, what they do is they go for really catchy title. They're like, how to analyze this, or something like a Hollywood blockbuster movie title. But no, you don't have to do that, okay? Because you can go for those fancy titles, or when you are either presenting your research at a conference, okay, you can go for that. But what a journal or what an editor expects from you is your title to be as comprehensive as you can. So later on, when someone is reading your article, or when someone is doing a systematic review or meta-analysis, or when they're going through the journal, just by looking at the title, they know what you are talking about. So they know what you are going to talk about in this article, okay? So your title should not be like a fancy title. We are scientific people, we are research oriented people. Our title should show that we are that. Okay. And so the next thing is we have the keywords, the mesh keywords. What it is, just as you read in your biology class, I guess, the scientific nomenclature, the whole world decided to call the humans as Homo sapiens, okay? And they give specific names in, I guess, the Italian language to all the different creatures. These keywords are just like that. They are known as a mesh or the medical subject headings. They have given a unique ID to every single word in medical. Okay. And that is used when you will be doing a systematic review or meta analysis, or any other, when you will be doing a literature review or narrative review, you will realize the importance of these words. I will add these keywords so that if someone is doing or a narrative review, or is finding out any research articles related to diabetic nephropathy, they just type diabetic nephropathy and my article should show up like an Instagram hashtag. Okay. And another purpose of using these keywords is to show to the editor that we know how to do research. We need to constantly show or tell the editor that we know how to do research, so that they have that will help us in increasing our chances of publication. Okay. So let me show you guys how to add the mesh keywords. We will write mesh, PubMed, home. Now I will write here, it's showing mesh, and I will write here, suppose I can write here anxiety. Okay. And it is showing that there is a proper word for anxiety in the mesh keywords. This is the mesh keywords, and other words that are being used are, it's saying that you can also use the psychiatric disorders, behavioral, emotion, anxiety, catastrophization, any specific anxiety, performance anxiety, test anxiety. No, I'm like, no, I am okay with anxiety only. And this is a unique ID that I have to copy. I will copy it and I will write anxiety and I will paste it here. Okay, it's already pasted. My the keyword that I will use, they have to be from my research. Okay, so if I am doing a research on this topic, I will choose this one, diabetic nephropathy. I will choose this and I will try to find the keyword related to this diabetic nephropathy. Okay, I will search it out. And it's saying that there is a proper word for diabetic nephropathy. It is diabetic nephropathy is itself recognized by the mesh keywords, and there is its unique ID. Other terms that you can use is the kidney disease, urological disease, or you can go for diabetes mellitus or diabetes complication and stuff like that. Okay, you can also go for those diseases. But I'm like, no, I'm fine with diabetic nephropathy. Okay, one example I should give you of a disease that is not covered by the mesh keywords, that is stress, I can say. Okay, so it's saying, yeah, you are seeking out the stress, but there are different stress disorders that we have characterized. I will go through them. I will go through the whole list, and I'm just reading from up to down, and I find out these two stresses that are related to me: psychological stress and physiological stress. So if I'm doing a research on anxiety, depression, and stress, so I'm talking about this psychological stress. So I will choose this one, and once again, I will copy the unique ID and keep it with me. Okay, this is a unique ID. Another one is, I say, infant. Infant is a recognized word. Okay, so but I write, okay, I want to be do a research on neonate. There is no word for neonate, but they have made up a new word that is infant and then newborn, and they have described this as a neonate and infant during the first 28 days of birth. Uski, the ID for that is this one. This is the ID for the neonate one. Okay. So what you have to do is, there is a criteria of minimum 3 and maximum 6 keywords you have to write from your article, from your research article, or from your topic. Okay. So next we will move on to the introduction and the authors list.